In 1959, our annual mission meeting was held in the Chol Bible School. To take us there, the MAF plane landed at the airstrip of the Ishtel Ha Ranch, about a mile downstream from the Chol Bible School. Al DeVoogd met us there and welcomed Kemp, Helen, and Chuck Van Engen. The MAF plane quickly took off to get another load of missionaries. We went down to the river's edge and got into Al's aluminum boat. Mabel is thoroughly enjoying the ride. The Tule Hot River was quite calm that day, but it has a strong current and has its dangers. We have now arrived at the entrance to the Chol Bible School called Berea. An Indian family floats past as we climb out of Al's boat. There were 2 brick buildings. The one nearest to the river was the medical building, and above it was the DeVoogd's home. Kemp pauses to take a photo of something. Helen and Ruth DeVoogd are enjoying the lush tropical surroundings. Taking a break from our meeting, we all go to the river for a photo opportunity. Although it looks cool, it was always warm in Berea. The plan was to take a photo of all the missionaries in the dugout canoe. The kids got there first, with Tim DeVoogd in charge of the paddle. Although it looks like Gerald stumbled and fell on his way there, he is actually getting into position to take a special photograph. Henry and Charmaine Steginga and their son Carl arrived in Chiapas in 1959 to serve at the Chol Bible School. In this jeep, Kemp will take them to the MAF base for their flight to the jungle location. They were able to move into this house built for Wycliffe Bible translators John and Elaine Beekman. They had moved to a translation center near Mexico City, where John served as a consultant for other translators. The Steginga family increased in number to include a daughter and 2 more sons. Hank introduced a high-class milking goat to the Chols. These goats would have contributed greatly to the good nutrition of Chol children, but the Chols were not very open to the idea. With the help of a small tractor, a productive cornfield was developed to produce corn for the students and their families. Hank is replanting where the corn failed to come up or was uprooted by the wild birds and animals. When the DeVoogds returned to the USA, there were some short-term couples who served with the Stegingas. The most capable were John and Mid Bode from Iowa. They served a fruitful 3-year term. John had taught agriculture in Iowa and was capable in the maintenance of equipment. With the tractor, he turned jungle growth into productive fields. Typical housing had been constructed for the students and their families. Classes were held in the lower level of the DeVoogd's home. A chapel was built later for worship services. When the sun was on the roof, it was steamy hot inside. An airstrip was carved on a hillside behind their houses by Wayne Lubin from Colorado. Here the MAF airplane is lining up for a landing. It needed to get its wheels on the ground and slowed down before climbing the hill to the upper level. This eliminated the time-consuming, exhausting, and dangerous boat trips to the airstrip at Ishtel Ha Ranch. For the Steginga family to have an airstrip just beyond their house was a great blessing. If the MAF airplane was empty, it could get airborne before going down the hill. It was like being launched off an aircraft carrier. Here we are taking a field trip down the airstrip to check on the cornfields. We return hot and thirsty. Pineapple grew well in the tropical climate. Kurt Stekinga and Jonathan Hoffman are about the same size. When the roads in Chol country did not come near Berea, the school was moved to the edge of the town of Palenque, which was becoming the central city of the Chol lowlands. This building served as an administrative and classroom building. Dick Vandervoot of the Reformed Church Board of Domestic Missions is greeted by the director of the Bible School, Cristobal Trujillo. Miguel Sanchez was one of the Chol teachers. Dick met with the administrators to ask them if a missionary couple was still needed at the school. Their affirmative answer opened the door to Bill and Peg DeBoer. After the meeting, the administrator invited us for a luncheon, and we went up to the school cafeteria. Near the town of Palenque are the famous Mayan ruins. Here we are climbing the steep stairs up the pyramid, guarding the tomb of King Pakal. The central town of the Chol highlands is Tumbala, where the first Chol converts were won in the 1920s. On one occasion, the Chiapas Presbytery held their annual meeting in Tumbala. It required many MAF flights, as at that time there was only a horse trail into Tumbala. There was one jeep that traveled between the airstrip and the center of town. It had been disassembled in nearby Yahalon, and its parts had been flown in or carried over the trail. Here it delivers a load of coffee to a Mexican bush pilot, who will fly the coffee out to Tuxtla, and in the background are two MAF planes waiting for passengers.